how something should work or being or how someone should actually behave. Simple. Take it in a very real life term. Everybody in their life have some principle. Imagine this is myself or anybody. So for me, I would have set some principles for my life. That is some rules for my life. That I will suppose wake up early. I will do some exercise regularly. I will be an honest person. Okay. I will be not cheating anybody. Okay. I will do hard work. So all these might be my principles. So these are some of the rules that I have set up for myself that in my upcoming or in my life or in my day-to-day activity, I will be doing or I will be abiding by all these particular rules. So what these rules are going to do for me? These rules are going to help me progress in my life, have saved me a better future, give me a better perspective of life, and have a good goal ahead. This is what my principle is. There are or there might be people who may not be abiding by any of these rules or any of these laws that they make for themselves, or they might not have anything for them. So suppose this person, he doesn't have any rules, any principles, he doesn't want to follow. He wakes up at 8 o'clock, goes to work. Someday he bunks the works, he goes out for drinking, he cheat people, or he doesn't want to work, he's a lazy guy. So all these things, he doesn't have any kind of principles or any kind of basic laws set up for himself. So what will happen? Initially, he might feel, take a journey. Initially, he might feel that, hey, I am enjoying what you guys are doing. You all have to sleep early, wake up early, and you have to do all these hard works. I am enjoying my life, what you guys are doing. But imagine in a longer term, in a longer duration that is going ahead, 1 or 2 years, people will realize he might be chucked out of his job. He might get some sickness. He might be ill. He might not be mentally stable. He might be in some tension, hypertension, pressure. A lot of things will come into picture. For me, because I am following some rules, some good decisions in my life, I will progress in my career. I will be healthy. I will be peaceful, and it will simplify my life. So, principles are something which can simplify your life, create some inner stability, and make you someone which others can trust you. Okay. Now, similarly, let us come to our IT industry. Suppose this is a guy. This is developer A and this is developer B. Developer A, he has been given some feature and he's trying to work on that particular feature. So in this feature, he is a very sensible guy and he's a very hardworking person. So what he does is he analyze those particular feature, that particular ticket, whatever you can call it. And based on that, he has to follow some coding standards, or he has made some coding principles, or he follows some standard guidelines. And he is a developer who thinks of future also, that suppose tomorrow somebody else can read my code. I might not be available for eternity in my company. This feature might get extended. The company can scale up. So all these things he will keep in mind and he will do a proper coding, which might take some time. He might be finishing this work, might be in 5 to 6 days because he has analyzed all those activities and he's following some standards. Another developer is there who is not ready to follow any of this. His intention is just to write some code and finish off his ticket. Okay, that is his particular ambition. So he is finishing off his ticket, example, in 1 day itself. So he might get some good appreciation from his lead manager. Oh my God, he's a very hardworking person. He is finishing his tickets. Every sprint he's giving me like 5, 7 tickets and all. But later on, when your feature is being released in the market, many people, many customers start using it. They might find bugs. Those bugs will come back to them. Now, what he has done is he has written a code in a standard way, in a manner that he knows that even if this bugs is coming to him, he is properly able to handle it with a minimal effort. But here he has not bothered about the future. So to fix that particular issues will get him into big amount of trouble, and his functionality might also not be able to extend or go into future releases, or will get into himself trouble. So what we have understood from this is that principles will take time in your life, but It will give you a better stability, it will give you a better perspective, and it will make you always a better developer. Now let us come here. What principle this guy has followed? There are a lot of principles available in this world. So one of them is the solid principle that we are going to see today. Other principles are like dry principle. One is called as KISS principle. That is, don't repeat yourself, keep it simple. All these kinds of different principles are available. But today we are going to learn about, or we are interested in solid. So now let us come to our definition that solid principle is nothing but principle you have understood, and solid is nothing but an acronym. Big, big word. It is an acronym. Okay. It is an acronym. So what this acronym means, that is, it is on short form. So S means single responsibility principle. Okay. Don't go with my spelling. Spelling is just for this. I want to cover more things. So I don't want to focus on all these nitty-pitty things. So single responsibility principle. Then you have what? You have O. That is open, closed principle. Then what do you have? You have L. You have Liskov substitution principle. Okay. Then you have I. This is called as interface segregation principle. Okay. Then you have D, which is called as dependency inversion principle. Okay. So these are the full form, or you can say that solid is an acronym, and the full form is all of this. That is single responsibility, open, close, Liskov substitution, and interface segregation, along with dependency inversion principle. Now, who gave this particular solid principle? This was given by somebody called as Robert C. Martin, who is also famous as Uncle Bob, and many people call him like this. But he has coined this term around 2004. And he's not the only person who has contributed for all this principle. There were other people also who have done it, but he has coined this particular terminology. And what his intention was that, hey guys, today you are developing something, okay? And your feature will go into different kind of phases, okay? It will extend. So what you need to do is, or what you should think of always is, you should think of the maintainability of your code. You should think of, okay, suppose flexibility of your code should be scalable enough, okay, it should be understandable enough, okay, that is readable and all. So definitely you should follow, or you should have these things in your mind. But if you are not following all these principles, you guys might have heard of a very interesting or small term that is called as code smelling. I hope everybody has heard this particular terminology, that is code smelling. What do you mean code smelling? See, you buy some meat from the market, buy some chicken or something, you leave it outside, just like that. And what will happen? 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, it will start smelling. Why? Because you have not applied a proper principle that you should apply some paper, or you should marinate, or you should keep it in fridge. You should do a proper process for that particular, that you have not followed here. So your meat will start, or it will start rotting up, and it will give you bad smell. Similarly, if you have not written a code with standard or a proper guideline or a principle, that code in future, it will start smelling. That is, lot of bugs will come into picture, and to fix those bugs, you have to do a huge amount of effort. That is the meaning of this particular code smelling. What will do? Anything will smell up. Okay, fine. I hope I am clear to each and every one of you. Design patterns. Design patterns, somebody is asked, so I'll just give you a one line of statement in design patterns. Design patterns are not library, not framework, not coding, nothing like that. Design patterns are standard solutions to a common problem. Some people might, suppose 50 people are there. Okay, suppose 50 people are there. What happened? They had this common problem. Okay, they have some common problem. What the common problem was? They wanted to have a single object for your entire application, but they don't know what we should do, or They should understand that this for this particular application or this kind of application, I should have a single object for my entire application. So somebody find out that, hey, if you use this particular method or this particular approach, you will get what you desire to go. So this particular solution was formed as a design pattern, my dear friends. So that is why, that is for my example, that is called a singleton pattern. You can have factory, you can have XYZ. Yeah. Okay. So it is nothing but a solution standard to a common problem. That is why design pattern is never related to any language. It doesn't matter you do in Java, Python, JavaScript. It supports any OOPS oriented language. Okay. Now let's come to our topic. I'll take one design pattern. Okay. Workshop, that is a separate case. Today, let's focus on solid principles. So what does these principles mean? So single responsibility, or I will write in short form now, SRP. Okay. Single responsibility principle. What does this tell? The standard definition for this is a class should have one and only one reason to change. This means that a class, a module, a function should have a single well-defined responsibility. If you assign multiple responsibility, what will happen? Change to one of those responsibility might affect others, will make the code harder for people to understand, maintain, and test on. We will cover each and every solid principles in detail with a program. Okay, but first let us understand basic things, the definition. So, what is OCP? OCP means that your software entities, all are standard definitions which are given by Robert C. Martin. I will share the book also as a link in the PDF. I'll attach it and you can read that book also. But it's a lot of unnecessary languages are there. So I have compiled all of things for you and you will get a simpler notes along with that. Fine. Software entities, but now focus on the concept. Software entities should be open for extension, but closed for modification. Abhijit, how it is possible that something can be extended, but I can't modify that or I should not modify it? We will see that. Okay. Simple fundamental is that you should be able to add new functionalities to your existing system without changing the existing or the proper tested code. Otherwise, what will happen if you do complete modification or you have to modify multiple things, you don't know your class or your objects has been used by how many people. See, right now I will write 50 lines of code or 60 lines of code. In real time, you have thousands lines of code available. Some objects might be used at multiple places. If you change one class, one object, you have to understand there where and all you are going to make an impact about. Okay, fine. Third is your Liskov substitution principle. Okay, this was given by Barbara Liskov. Okay, but that doesn't matter. Nobody will ask you all these definitions. Okay, simple fundamental is that if you have a base class, okay, if you have a base class, you should be able to, okay, you should be able to switch any of the subclass with its base class without breaking your application. Suppose you have a class, we'll go again in telling again in detail. Suppose you have a parent class available and you have multiple child class. So any of those child class, you have a parent class, you have multiple subclasses. Okay, you might have known inheritance concept. So if you place this, okay, if you overlap this, or if you substitute your base class on top of your parent class, your application should not break at any point of it. Fine. Your fourth one is what it is? It is interface segregation principle. So this tells you that client or users should not be forced to depend on interfaces which they do not use. So what, in a simple meaning, what they are trying to tell is, please don't create unnecessary interfaces which are very big in nature. That you have declared an interface, and in that interface, you are having, suppose, 10 methods you have declared. So somebody who is trying to implement your interface only require these three methods, but unnecessarily he has to implement these four methods also, which is not good for your coding or for your application. Fine. Now let us come to the last one, that is dependency inversion principle. Okay. Again, don't go with the spelling. I am just doing a rough work. Proper notes I have available with me, and you will be getting everything. Don't worry on the notes and all. Okay, fine. Here it tells that high level modules should not depend on low level modules. Simple thing. They both should depend on abstractions. What is the best way to implement an abstraction? It is through interface concept. So ideally, instead of that, they should be dependent on interfaces. Fine. Now let us take a very real life kind of example and see how these principles accumulate there. Example, I want to design a proper, suppose a professional restaurant kitchen. Okay. Suppose I want to design a proper professional restaurant kitchen, which is modular and all those activities. Now come to first. So how it will implement first SRP. Okay. For SRP, what you should have is each chef or kitchen station should have only one job. Example, if you have a pastry chef, the pastry chef should only handle desserts. If you have a person who is good in, suppose, making South Indian dishes, dosa, idli, and all, so he should have his own kind of kitchen station available. Somebody is good in grilling, so his kitchen station should be different. Similarly, the dishwasher should be completely different. So you should have different stations allocated for different people who do their responsibility or who do their particular task. So what will happen for this? So if I correlate, each class or module has only one reason to change. That is what I talk about. So similarly, tomorrow, if you want to start some kind of salad, okay, you have hired some salad chef who is like very good in salad and all. So now you don't need to touch any of those stations, right? You can directly go ahead and add one extra kitchen, my dear friend, and that particular kitchen will be doing your salad dressings. Okay. So what is the benefit here? You are not touching unnecessary activities here. Existing codes you are unnecessary not modifying. Okay. So everybody has got their own single responsibility. And until that particular things need, suppose tomorrow new griller comes up. Okay. In the market, advanced griller is coming up. So in that case, you can just replace that griller with this advanced griller. Imagine if 10 other people are dependent on that, the work will stop and it will impact 10 different kitchen stations. Now, let us come to second part, that is OCP, my dear friends. Okay, let me see the chat. Yes. We'll discuss about singleton and all. Okay, singleton and all is like design pattern. Okay, that's a completely different topic. Let me know in between if you have any doubt related to the topic. I'll keep on seeing your chat and I will take Iswar. Okay, I'll take this particular example for employee classes at all. And you are correct. Okay, OCP. What is OCP? Open for extension but closed for modification. Tomorrow, if you want to add a new menu item Example, you want to have some kind of vegan station or some vegan burger, vegan ketone, whatever thing you want to add it. You don't need to modify anything. You just need to add again a new extension and plug that particular extension, and you will have your vegan setup ready for you. That is unnecessary. You are not modifying anything and you are getting it ready for extension. That is what they are trying to tell. So indirectly, these two will be very much depending upon each other, my dear friend. Every solid principle will somehow apparent each other. Okay. Coming to the third part, which is your what? Risk of substitution principle. Okay. So what will happen? Tomorrow, suppose you are doing some baking things and all. Okay. You are providing or you are doing some nice kind of baking and all. So what will happen? Instead of suppose your baking has some, again I have told, some advanced baking thing is available. Okay. Advanced baking thing is available, or you have suppose 2, 3 ovens available. This is a major oven, uh, that is very advanced oven, but you have some backup oven available. So if tomorrow this advanced oven breaks down also, okay, your basic oven should at least fulfill whatever things has been doing, that is baking or whatever the basic activity of oven used to do, that also should be done. So you should have that particular capability available in your kitchen. Let us come to the fourth one, that is dependency inversion principle. In this case, what will happen? What is dependency? Sorry, the last one is what? Sorry, fourth one is what? Interface. Third one we have done. Fourth is interface segregation principle. Okay. So what is this interface segregation principle? That you should not have, okay, you should not have a single machine which will do grilling also, which will do deep fry also, which will do like baking also, which will do act as a dishwasher also. No, what will problem will happen if these things, any of these things goes bad, entire thing will get affected and a lot of things will get messed up. So instead of this, you should have separate dishwasher, separate your oven, separate griller, so that based on the necessity, suppose you need both griller and oven, please use them. If you need only grill, please use griller only. If you need only oven, please use that. So that is how, please segregate accordingly. The last one is dependency inversion principle. So high level module should not depend on the low level module. So high level module is what? In this case, I can say my oven or my stove is high level module. And the gas which is helping it to burn or to start is the low level module. Now, you should not depend on what brand of pipes or what brand of items you are using in this. Any gas will be supplied to this and it should work here. It's not that tomorrow I am using HP, tomorrow I am using Indian, it should work, or the pipe I am changing, it should not work, not like that. Okay, so this should not depend on pipes or what gas agency. It should only depend on what gas it should come. Fine. This is how you should tackle or understand how we are going to implement this particular solid principles in the coming topic, that is we are going to discuss now. So I've just given you for a simple clarity. Now we will discuss everything in detail with program. Okay. Any doubt till this particular point of time? Yes, Vamshi. Design pattern and solid principle, the difference is solid principle is nothing but a standard way of coding, which tells you a basic rule or law, which will help you in coding. Okay. And which will help you in achieving whatever things I have told, like maintainability, readability, extendability, all these things. Design patterns are nothing but it is just a solution to a common problem. Okay, it is not going to depend or it is not going to tell how to code it. It just tells this is the solution. How to code it will be given by these particular algorithms or these particular standard coding principles. I hope I am clear to each and every one of you. No, dependency injection is not like any of the design pattern. Okay, dependency injection uses one of the design pattern. Please don't divert from the topic. The topic is solid principles. At the end, we will discuss on some of the extra topics that you would like to have. Okay. Solid principles are mostly used while you code, while you develop applications, while you review your PR. I hope you understand what a PR is. PR is a pull request, or somebody develops the code, you review that particular code. Okay. So SRP definition is a class should have, okay, a class should have one and only one reason to change. Okay. See, simple thing. If you give multitasking to anybody, okay, suppose example in your take, he's a chef in your kitchen. If you ask him to do the waitering job, if you ask him to do the dishwashing job, if you ask him to do wash the kitchen or receptionist, everything will get messed up. Okay, so that is why we assign each class, okay, a single responsibility and assign it to have a single job that it should perform properly. What does responsibility means here, my dear friend? In a very simple terminology, responsibility is nothing but a reason to change. Okay, if you think that in your class you have more than one reason to change, that means you are violating single responsibility principle. This sometimes is very difficult to understand or to think also. I will take a very standard example. Suppose modem. Uh, it has dial. Just tell me now. It is hang up. Okay. It is send. It is receive. Am I correct in designing this particular class or this particular interface? What do you think? Am I correct in designing this particular class on interface? What is the problem here? We are violating, but it is difficult to see, right? Modem does what? Modem does do dialing also. In modem, you can hang up also. Modem can send something, communication also. Modem can receive communication also. Then what is the problem? The problem here is that the responsibilities for each and every method. What happens? What is there? The dial and hang up are like communication things. Okay, it is managing, sorry, it manages the connections, and send and receive manages the communication, my dear friend. So dial and hang up, they are taking the responsibility of connection of the modem, and send and receive, what they are doing, they are managing the communicating the data, okay, or sending or receiving the data. So these are two completely different responsibilities that are available here right now. So, but if you talk about modem, yes, modem does all this. Modem has all these four properties, but sometimes it becomes very difficult to target it. So for that, they have given a very important terminology that is called as cohesion. So if you have high cohesion in your particular class, in your particular interfaces, whatever you have designed module, then you are good to go and you are following SRP. Low cohesion means you are not following, that is your SRP. What do you mean by cohesion? What Abhijit is talking about, all this cohesion. Cohesion is nothing but a degree to which the various parts of your software components or your methods are related. Imagine, simple thing I will take you. Imagine this is your lunch box. In this particular item, I have placed rice. In this particular section, I have placed toothbrush. In this particular section, I have placed screwdriver. Can I say this is a low cohesion or this is high cohesion? Yes, yes, Ajay, perfectly. So this you can say that, right? It is low cohesion. Is rice dependent on anything on toothbrush? Toothbrush dependent, like related to screwdriver? No. Ideally, what should have done? Rice, chapati, dal, all food items should be available because the job of this is to have a food items available. But the methods are completely, or the items which you have placed is completely unrelated to each other. So that means if you do that, you have done low cohesion. So here what happened? Dial and hang up will do the what connection part. Send and receive will do what? It will do what? It will do communication part. So these two are completely different, right? So that means I am into low cohesion for this particular class. Hence, I am not following single responsibility principle. Now let me go to Eclipse and let us take simple couple of examples. So let me create a package. Okay, the package name, suppose I will create SRP. Sorry, will discouraged. So I will use, let me create a class. This example, I'm taking it from, okay, again, I'll take it from Uncle Martin, and we'll take another example, which will have like employee class, we'll take that. Okay. Suppose, let me have a class as rectangle. Okay. Let me have a class as rectangle, and immediately you should be able to recognize now. Suppose I am giving int length is equal to 2. Suppose I am giving int breadth is equal to 3. I am giving int, suppose int screen size. Okay. I am giving int screen size. Fine. So suppose I have two methods I want to have. What are the methods I want to have? I want to have public int calculate some area. Okay. So I can just put here return, that is, let me take it, length. Area is what? Of rectangle. Length into breadth. Even if you don't know or you have not read it, doesn't matter. That's the formula that I have. Okay. Now let me take it as another method for this particular class. For rectangle, what else I can do? Can I calculate perimeter also? Okay. Let us calculate a perimeter. And this will be 2 star, and I can have length plus breadth. Okay. At the end, I'll give you some assignment also, which is very, very good. Just have a little bit of patience because it is a very nice and interesting topic. And mostly you will get in all your interviews. Again, I will tell you, I am not training here, or I don't train people to get placed in TCS or Cognizant. Okay. I train people to get into good product based companies. Okay. Suppose I have given screen size is greater than 40, and I can have, if it is 40, please paint it. Else, what I want, don't paint it. So don't paint. Okay. Let me have one more method for good clarity. Or let me have public void rotate, and please rotate it by some degree. That is cool. And let us have that particular thing. I will take the doubt at the end only. Okay. So please raise your hand at the end, and I will give you the option to speak to it. Okay. Rotate. And you can have degree. Fine. Now tell me, guys, have I written a correct class? What I have done, I have created a class rectangle. Rectangle will do all these activities, right? I can calculate the area of rectangle. I can calculate the perimeter of rectangle. I can draw the rectangle. Okay. I can rotate the rectangle. Have I done correctly, my dear friends? Again, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. You are in Python. Again, don't focus on the language. regular classes, I teach in Python also, Java also. Never ever algorithms or your design patterns, all these are dependent on. I have taken Java because popularity is about Java. Okay. So don't focus on these small activities. Focus on the bigger picture, friends. Now, public void draw. Just people have told. Public void rotate. Now, let us draw a simple immediate diagram here. So what I'm going to have, I have written methods, that is calculate some or some geometrical calculation. And I have written it for some UI related activity. Okay, this is what my class rectangle is doing. Suppose there are two applications who are using it. One application who will be using it will be related to your what? Geometrical base, and another one will be using, suppose, UI based. Now, my dear friends, what will happen here? Tomorrow, if if you change the formula of your rectangle or your perimeter, whatever you want, okay, you change something that, okay, it should have a height also or something it should have. What will happen? You need to change here. Fine. Tomorrow, if you want to change something related to UI of this rectangle, that, okay, if the degree is this much, we should have this much, or draw means if the screen size is like 100 only, then only I can paint it or I don't paint it. So you are giving them two reasons to change now, my dear friend. And there are multiple classes who are actually, or multiple applications who are actually dependent on these changes. So even you are making change here also, you need to configure or you need to confirm that those classes are also executing fine. So your scope of testing is going to increase, your bug prone area is going to change, and what will happen? Even the slightest of the change can break multiple areas because you have given this particular class multiple reason to change. Plus, I have given you low cohesion and high cohesion. So here definitely area calculation and perimeter calculation, they depend on geometrical. But here what is happening? Your draw and rotate, they are not going to depend, or they are completely different. They are going to be dependent on UI related activities. So they are unrelated, and this class is what? It is a low cohesion class. So ideally what should have done? We should have taken away, we should have created another class. Example, suppose I could have created rectangle UI and finish it up, have it here, and you can declare in screen size. This what we have, and we are good to go. So any UI related changes will come. This class we need to touch. Any related to your geometrical calculation, this classes only need to be touched upon. Okay. Now let us take little bit bigger example. Some of my friend has told, let us take some employee class. So let us create a new, that is employee app. Only for first one, I will take two examples. From next one, we will have one example each. Okay. So I am having an employee application available for me. Okay. In this employee application, what are we going to do? We are going to suppose have a private string. Suppose I have given name. Okay. Name of the employee. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Related to employee property, that is employee details, I am going to have. Suppose I want to have ID. Okay. Then I want to have private in salary. Okay. My aim is not to teach you coding. Again, I'm telling you, I'm not teaching you what is string, what is int, what is ID and all. Okay. Not is all in perfect perspective that we are going to cover. So let us have a constructor and let us create a constructor, generate a constructor using fields. Fine. I don't need super and all. Okay. So I've created a constructor. Everybody knows what a constructor is used for. Now I will create, or I will do tax calculation. Okay. Let me calculate tax for this particular employee. Fine. Okay. So suppose I am calculating tax. I will take it return and all. That is not a problem. So suppose if salary, I can say, is greater than 100. Okay. Then what you want me to return? Can I return? Okay. Then your income tax is nothing but suppose you need to pay only suppose something 10% of that. Okay. Else you don't need to pay any tax, my dear friends. Fine. Now what? Now I want to save your details into my database. So I can put here save or give it a proper naming convention, save to database. After this, we'll create some snack application related to OCPNO. So sys out, sorry, my bad. Okay, let us have sys out and I am saving employee to DB. What details you are saving? Let us just copy paste. Okay. So I am going to save suppose ID. Okay. I am going to save example name. I am going to save what is the third one? Salary. Salary. Okay. So ID, name, and salary. And I can just have something as okay, display, and I can display his info. Okay. Suppose you want to see his info. So he can go to suppose our internal website and he can see his particular details. So what details he can see? Let me take it. Okay. He can see employee ID, he can see name. And one more thing I can add is what? Tax. So tax is how much? I have calculate tax. Let me have it. So he can see all those particular details. Fine. Now let me create an implementation class for this. So let me have a class and okay, let me have suppose main class. Okay. So in this main class, I am going to have employee app. Employee is equal to new employee app. Okay. Now it is like a constructor. So I have to add all those parameters. Okay. That is what the beauty of constructor is. You are forcing people that, hey, you can't create my object just like that. You have to create my object only with some values. So what are those values? First, I have given name, then ID, then salary. Okay. So ID is 303 and salary is suppose 100 and suppose give me 101. Okay. I hope I am correct, right? Yeah. Okay. So now I can save to database. Cool. And what I can do, I can display info. Fine. Now let me run as Java application. Save it. Saving employee to DB. These are the things and this much tax you are going to get. Fine. That is cool. No problem. Where is the problem? The problem are multiple way. First, see in the form of cohesion. What you are doing in this particular class, you are getting the details of particular employees as well as this class is creating or calculating the tax also. Plus this class is connecting to the database and saving to the database also. So it is like a very well low cohesion example. Tomorrow, if Government of India changes the tax calculation rate, you will test this particular class. Tomorrow, the company says that, hey, I need email also for employees. You need to touch this particular area. Tomorrow, you want to change your database. So again, you need to touch this particular class also. So you have given this class multiple reason to change, my dear friends. So we have violated single responsibility principle. So what should have been my ideal scenario, my dear friends? What should have been my ideal, what should have been my modified class? I should have a basic class. Sorry, I should have a basic class, that is what? Employee. In my employee class, suppose I have created an employee class. Okay, fine. From this employee app, I can pick all these things. I don't need to write all this. I have suppose all these details I need for my employee. Okay, and I can generate the constructor. Generate constructor where it is gone using fields. Let us generate it. Very good. Cool. Constructor we have generated. Now we want to allow people to set this particular employee details. Since it is a private variable that we have given, we all know that we have to generate getter and setter. What is the benefit or what is the actual use of getter and setter, find friends? Why do we use getter and setter? Let me generate it. Give in wrong place. Okay, let me have it in a proper aligned way. Why do we use getter and setter? Okay, what do you mean by encapsulation? You want to hide this detail, that is implementation. But my dear friends, using get name or set name, anyway they are going to get the value and set the value. Why not give them public options directly? Yes, I understood. You are accessing private methods and attributes. That is perfectly correct. But anyway, they are accessing your variables, right? They are able to set the value and get the value. Anyone can get set in that, right? So why do we require that? What is the privacy in this? You are allowing them to set the value, right? Anybody can call this particular method, right? Get name and set the value for your or get the value for you. Directly, why not giving it? The main purpose of doing it, apart from your basic concept of encapsulation, is that imagine, suppose I have given a very nice, suppose I'm just teaching you a basic couple of things, that's it. Private int age. Okay. And I have generated a method called as set age. Fine. Just think it. I'm just doing it rough only. Okay. I have given a method as set age. So now, my dear friends, anybody can call set age and they can set the age -1 also. Can they set the age -2 also? Can they set the age -3 also? Or can they set the age 1000 also? Are you giving any restriction? But in your mind, you have that options available. Oh, no, nobody should use my variable just like that. I wanted people to use the variable range between that. So what you can do, you can write a basic logic here that if age is greater than 10, give the error or populate some error messages along with that or restrict them not to use it. I hope I am clear to each and every one of you. Yes, these are the two very important reasons. Now, that's not my job in this particular class to teach you, but since it came, I have just thought of giving you. Okay, so employee we have done. Then I will just create an employee repository. Suppose I will create an employee repo class. Okay, so in this employee repo class, I can just have save to DB. Okay, but what is all this ID and all? Okay, now you can do it, right? You have to have what you need to do. Public void, suppose I will give it the name as why to save to database. I'll just give name. Everybody knows I'm saving to database. So here I can have a variable employee and I can call my employee. Okay. So now I can have employee dot. Can you everybody get it? Get name. Okay. Now employee dot get, sorry, here I should have given. See, both I am doing mixing. So employee dot get ID, and this one employee dot get name. Then employee dot get salary. Okay. This is what you can do. And you can have another class that is your, I can keep it as suppose tax calculator. Calculator. Okay. Finish it up. I have something right, tax calculator. Let me just copy paste. I will change it. So where is my tax calculator? Let's come here. Okay. So this is fine. Here also I can call my employee class so that I can set the data right, like what I have done. These all are very basic things, and I hope everybody should be getting it. Get the salary. If the salary is greater than 100, then you can have, suppose, in, let me have salary is equal to employee dot get salary. Okay. Now everything is gone and this is fine. Okay. Now I can come to main class, and instead of doing this, okay, let me have this only. So here I can just go ahead and have like employee repo, emp repo is equal to new employee repo. Okay. I think I have done correct, right? Yeah. Now I can do here emp repo dot save. And in this, what you will pass? I created an full object, right, for this, and I have the data available here. What is the wrong in this I have given? Something wrong I have given. Oh, my bad. I didn't change it, right? Right? Now it is correct. Similarly, you can have text calculator and you can do it. I'm not doing that, but I hope you can understand it, and you can just go ahead, run as Java application. You are saving the employee to DB. Now you have each classes available. Employee.java is only dealing with employee details. Employee repo.java is only dealing with saving your data to the database. Tax calculator is only dealing with saving your tax or calculating your tax. Tomorrow, if tax is changing, you need to only touch this particular class. Other than that, nothing needs to be touched. So we have followed SRP by implementing high cohesion. I hope I am clear to each and every one of you, my dear friends. Okay, now let us go to the next part. That is OCP. Okay, OCP. Okay, so what is OCP? Open for extension, but it should be closed for modification. Okay, so you should be able to add new behavior, my dear friends, but without changing existing code. You should be able to add new behavior without modifying the existing code. Okay. So suppose there is Amazon. Amazon has implemented payment methods, right? It is having SBI, it is having UPI, it is having XYZ. So they should implement in such a way that they should be able to add any new method. That is, tomorrow, if GPay they want to add, they will add GPay. If they want to add some wallet, they should be able to add wallet and they should not be touching the existing implementation which is currently being used. Now, you might have seen in multiple places, example, you have your computer. In your computer, you have a port. If you want to do a pen drive, you are inserting in that same port. If you want to use a hard drive, you are inserting in the same port. If you want to do anything else, you need to use the same port. Only thing what you need to do is that driver might not be available. So you can install that driver and extend the facility for your new kind of port mechanism that you want to have it. That is one of the real time that you can have it. Now let us do it with a nice real time example and let me create a new package for you. Okay, so new package is my dear friend. Suppose I have created what I'm doing OCP, right? Okay, let me have OCP. Inside OCP, I am going to create a class. So let me create a class as snack application class. And let me have a void main here itself. Okay, so I am creating, it is kind of a snack app. Okay, so which will disperse snacks from a vending machine. That is what I'm trying to do it. So what I will do is I will create, suppose, public, and let me have snack app. Sorry. Okay. And in this, you can pass what kind of snack you want to have. You go to a vending machine, right? And in vending machine, you choose from the menu. Hey, I want burger. I want, suppose, chips. I want cold drink. So whatever you want, you can have it. This is, and let us have it. Okay. So here, what can I have? I can take snack type dot equals. Okay. And suppose this is equal to, suppose chips. Okay. So here I can put as what I am dispensing chips. Okay. Fine. Else, else if, suppose I am having, sorry, suppose I am having snack type dot equal. Suppose I am having some soda. Okay. So if you are having soda or you have chosen soda, the dispensing machine should dispense soda. Similarly, I will choose one more. Suppose I am having cookies. I can have cookies. Or else I can say, or else I can say, okay, else I can say, my dear friends, cookie not available. Okay. So this is what I have designed, kind of a snack application which will dispense snacks from a vending machine. Okay. So here I can just go ahead and do the particular implementation. So suppose I am having snack app, snack is equal to new snack app. Okay. In this, suppose I am giving chips. Okay. Perfect. It will run. I am getting the developer who has developed is very happy. Huh? I did anything wrong. Huh? Oh, sorry. Chips was capital. Let us run it. Okay. So I am dispensing chips. Now, this is very good. He might have developed and went away. What is the wrong with this particular problem, friends? What is the wrong? What is the wrong with this particular problem? What is the wrong? What mistake we have done, or what developer has done the mistake here? If you are reviewing his PR, what you will tell? No, main is different. Don't worry, I can implement main is different also. That is not a problem. The problem, my dear friend, is Tomorrow, if I want to include burger or if I want to include some Pepsi, if I want to include some other cola, you need to go and touch your main class. This class might be implemented by many other people. So what you are doing? You are modifying the existing code. But what should be your intention? You are extending your application, right? So to extend your application, you should not touch the existing code which is working as your expectation. So this has been designed not in a proper way. So what should have been the proper principle that I should have gone with? I should have, one of my friend has done very correctly. I should have designed a nice little interface. What is the use of interface, my dear friends? Okay. Suppose I will have an interface as snack. What is the use of interface? And I will create a method that is dispense to archive loose coupling. Okay. Inherit and modify to extension like extension of properties. Okay. Okay. We'll see that. Okay. We'll see that. Mostly all of you are correct. And let us move ahead with this. So now I can go ahead and create a new class and I can name it as chips class. Okay. Finish it. This chips class will implement, okay, that is snack. So it will tell you, please implement my unimplemented methods. I am implementing it and I already have this. So I will not write anything. I will save my time and do copy paste. So dispensing chips. Now, similarly, can I create a new class and can I name it soda? It is my right? I can do it. I am the coder. Whatever I want, I can do. And snack, and you will tell me to add implemented methods in this. I will dispense soda. Okay. Now I can create one more class and I can give it the name as suppose vending machine. Okay. And oh, wrong place. Huh? Sorry, my bad. So let me create a new class that is vending machine. At the end, I will summarize, friends. Okay. Some people have joined late. They're asking for summarize. Just be with me. I will summarize everything for you. So suppose I can have public void dispense snack. Okay. And same thing, right? I have to provide him the snack. So snack will provide snack class only. Okay. So now I can say snack dot dispense. Cool. I have done this. Now I will create a nice little, or I have a main class right here. Okay. I didn't create a main class. I was saving my time. Let us have a main class. Let us have a void main. Let us come here. Now, can I create sorry, object of vending machine? Am I correct, right? Vending machine is equal to new. I'm not going to type it. I'm going to use again small this. Similarly, I can create suppose snack. Okay. And let me use what is that? Chips is equal to new. And I can have chips. Okay. Fine. Similarly, I can have this and I can have soda and here I can implement create an object of soda. Now can I say VM or my vending machine, please dispense. I create an object of vending machine, right? Please dispense what snack? Please dispense this chip snack. And please dispense soda. Run it. Dispensing chips, dispensing soda. And last time also I was getting the same thing. Now what is the benefit, friends? Suppose I want to extend this and I want to have something like, okay, I want to dispense burger also. So I will go ahead, create a class as burger, implements, what was that? Snack, right? Let me add an unimplemented method. And here, suppose I have chips. So I can copy it, go to here as, where is my burger? This is my burger and dispensing burger. And here I can go to vending machine. I can, sorry, what is my main class? Implementation class. I will just go here and I can have this VM dot dispense burger. And is my code perfect or not right now? Yes, I'm making references. I'm making references. Okay. Because suppose I have my, okay, what is that? Vending machine, right? Yeah. Suppose I need snacks, right? So this snacks, I will pass it here, right? And based on that, it will move ahead. It will dispense that. So tomorrow you can implement anything you want. You want to extend your application, you want some menu item, you want to add cookies, add it. You want to add some chips, add it. You want to add some curds, add it. You want to add some yogurt, add it. So am I touching my existing code now, my dear friends? Not at all. For your extension or for extending your application, you should never ever do that. I hope I am crystal clear to everybody. Okay, thank you. Okay, before moving on, some people ask me, like, interface is this and all. Interface is nothing but a contract between your class and this particular party, that is your interface. Take a very simple example. Okay, suppose I am in 2 minutes I will do it. Okay, I'm not going to make any notes and all, but understand it. Suppose I am an suppose I am a Fortis hospital. Fortis Hospital want to open its branch in USA, wants to open a branch in UK, want to open a branch in India. So every country might have their own some standard they might follow. That in my country, if a hospital is there, definitely you should have some kind of minimum, you should have some 100 beds, or you should definitely have some orthopedic, or you have some dental should be available. So you will define a rule here in the interface that this should be available. And the Fortis hospital, when they are opening, they should implement this particular rule. So there is a contract between this guy and this particular class. So your class actually implement the rules that you have defined via interface. I hope this one line will give you a good amount of clarity. Okay. Now, before moving on, okay, I hope I have introduced myself to everybody. Okay, my name is Abhijit, experience of 13 years, BTech VIT Vellore, MTech IT Delhi. I have done my back of like, I have worked in these organizations and currently I am working in Amazon as a senior SDE. Okay, I have taken classes in multiple institutes and I have been a mentor in Geek for Geeks. Okay, so DSA and system designs as well as clouds are my specialty that I generally teach. So we are launching a course that is on 30th October that is related to system design, where I will be covering the complete LLD. Okay, that is object-oriented programming, solid principles, system designs, design patterns, rate limiter, that is the problem statements of low level UML diagram, and I will be covering your HLD, that is your distributed system, CAP theorem, replication, load balancing, caching. We'll understand Redis caching, consistent hashing, CDN, proxy, reverse proxy, DNS, cookie affinity, API gateway, data management. We will see replication, sharding, indexing. We will see the data algorithm available here. We will see the queue mechanism, how it works. Recently, I have also implemented Celery in Python. Okay, so somebody was asking about that. So we'll see some microservices design pattern, what are where we use microservices, we'll understand networking, Cloudflare, you'll see DDoS, WAF, auto scaling with AWS, Azure, and Kubernetes, auth we will see, and then we will do some kind of good projects. So we will understand a lot of applications. Example, suppose, let me talk about this design. So we will try to design this structure, how, where to use API gateway, how to use it, where outlet balancer, where caching we will do, how we will do blob storage, everything will be the pattern available. Then we will be covering your DSA, my dear friend. Taking your 2 minutes of time, but I am like Kapil Sharma only, right? We need to do our own promotion. So you will see all the basic programming, that is string algorithms and all, arrays and matrices. You will be seeing similar problems, medium problems, difficult problems, advanced array problems, like all these things, finding majority algorithm and all extensions. Whatever I have been preparing, I have been teaching from long time, and they're currently real time what the interviews are asking. I have cleared two other interviews apart from this, that is Workday, and that was one other company that is again a product based company. It is your NPCA. Okay. So how I have cracked it, that I will share with you guys, and I have all the questions ready. We will do some test, mock assessment. We will do lead code. I will track your profile. Okay. So you will see advanced topics. Okay. Linked list, trees and binary trees, binary search tree. This is used in database indexing. We will see how it being used. Okay. Heap data structure, we will see. That is like Hoffman coding and all, which is very, very important. These extra algorithms, shortest path to take. Tree structure, we will see. We will be seeing how the time complexity is going to work for all of them. Okay. Graphs we are going to see. Then apart from that, I hope you are able to see shortest path algorithm. Just now I told you, right? Very important. Floyd, Warshall, Bellman algorithms. Okay. Minimum spanning tree like Crucial algorithms, union finding and all. Okay. I have just now implemented in my recent time also. Advanced graph algorithm we are going to see. Okay. That is your graph algorithm. Then sorting and all we are going to cover. And one of the very important thing, that is searching and all is fine. We will see greedy algorithm. This program I got for my Amazon interview. Okay. This greedy algorithm I have saved that particular program. Okay. So this program I got for my algorithm, that is my Amazon interview, which I have cracked recently. Okay. So 2 rounds of coding, 1 round of system design, and then some small technical rounds we had apart from that. It is it will not be like Java or Python again. Okay. Don't worry on this part. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm telling. System design and DSA will never matter. I will show you regarding Python also. I will show you regarding Java also. It is not going to matter much. Okay. For wherever you are going to learn about. So from 30th October, we'll have demos. You can join the demos. Okay. We'll see that. Okay. So I'll share everything with you, and let's come to our topic. I have interface. That is the last one. That is we are going to see. And let's move ahead. Okay. So we are going to see another one, that is your what? Which one we are going to see now? The third one. Okay. I will give you a small assignment for the second one. Guys, design a health insurance app. Basic. Okay. Basic health insurance app you design. And I want you guys to extend it so that tomorrow, if that company wants to sell life insurance, he should be able to do it. If he wants to sell property insurance, he should be able to see it. He should be able to sell car insurance. So you should not be modifying the existing thing, but able to extend it for different things. You can design this and let me know. It is a single course available. Okay. Again, I will tell you, this is not dependent on any kind of languages. Okay. System design is not dependent on any kind of languages. Okay. Any student, if you want to crack product-based interview, and I will always teach about product-based. I don't care about your TCS, CTS, and all those blah blah companies. Okay, so you need to have a good hold on system design, and you need the say. Okay, so I have been teaching in different edtech institute also that you might be aware of. In that, I can't tell you how much fees we are charging for there. Okay, but here it will be like, I think because Naresh IT and all those things, it will be like They are very much student friendly, so they'll keep it a very less price. Fees they will share with you. Okay, join the demo classes and then you can decide it out. Okay. Yeah, you will get all the links available. Okay, you'll get all the links in this system design courses and all system design. But you want to join separately, you can join separately, or you can pay combined fees. 30th of October, my dear friends. Okay, fine. I hope you will try this particular problem which I have given you. Now let us see the third one. Okay, that is risk of substitution principle. Okay, so it tells simple thing. Objects of a superclass should be replaceable with objects of its subclass. Okay, without breaking your application, my dear friends. Okay, without basing for your application. Okay, fine. Now, simple thing. Suppose you have a parent class. Okay, so the parent class is A. You have a child class. Child class is B. Okay, so we should be able to use B everywhere wherever A is being used, and it should not break your application. So wherever you are using A, you should also be able to use B also, and that is called as substitution. You should be able to substitute your parent class with your child class. If you are doing it, that means you are going in the right direction. Okay, we will take a very, very simple example. Okay, uh, let me take it up. Now, okay, suppose I am creating a simple bird class. Okay, and I am creating here, definitely bird can fly. So I am creating here, let me have a public access specifier. Okay, so says out and fly. Okay, now let me create another class. Okay, I am putting in the same one. Okay, that's not a problem. Anyway, you are practicing it, you will get anyway all the things. So let me create another class, and this class name, suppose I am giving as, okay, so penguin is a bird. So I am extending it. Fine. Now, I don't need any other implementation. I will just use whatever is there. And let us have a main class. So let me give it, since already I have main, let me give it as bird. Okay. Bird, suppose I am giving bird is equal to new bird. Okay, and I can give here bird dot fly. Okay, bird dot fly. Fine. Now, anything wrong I have done here? Anything wrong I have done? Anything wrong I have done? Anything wrong I have done here? Yes, I have done small mistake here. What mistake I have done? You have created a class as bird and you have extended it to another class that is called as penguin. Now, if I replace bird with penguin, then it should not change anything. It should not break anything. That means it should implement or it should be able to do all those activities or tasks which bird is doing. Bird can fly. Can penguin fly? No. Penguin is a bird, but it cannot fly. but you are forcing it to fly. Or the thing is that if I replace bird with penguin and you type penguin.fly, it is not going to help you out, my dear friends. So we have done a big problem, that is risk of substitution principles. Okay. So here what should have done, suppose I have a bird class. Okay. And let me change it. I could have given bird, all bird will eat. Okay. Even what is it? Your, if you have any penguin or blah blah blah, it doesn't matter. So suppose I am having flying bird. Okay. Flying bird, let me have as extends bird. Okay. Now, what should I put here? It can fly, right? That is what I have given. Public, I can give as public void fly. Okay. Public void fly. And I am giving here system.out.println fly. Okay, cool. It is going to fly. Now I can create a new class. Imagine I am creating a new class as sparrow. So I can extend sparrow. Okay, I can extend sparrow, suppose to flying bird. Okay, now next is, suppose I had penguin, I have, right? Let me have penguin. So now penguin I will put as just, it is already bird, right? Okay. So that is not a problem and it will extend bird. Now we will go to bird main.java and here I can have a correct implementation, that is sparrow, and suppose you can put sparrow is equal to new sparrow. Okay. I hope it is good. Now you can write sparrow dot fly. Okay. And sparrow dot eat. So sparrow can do both the activities. What we have changed here, I have kept a class that is the main class bird, and we know that every bird will eat. Another class I have created where it is flying bird. Flying bird is what it is doing is it is flying. Okay, it is flying. Fine, very good. So, okay, so it is flying. Fine. Now, what I am doing now, suppose I have, yes, now I have sparrow. So sparrow can fly also and sparrow can eat also. So if I have extended only for flying bird to this sparrow, it is able to fly also, it is able to eat also. Tomorrow you have penguin, you just need to extend penguin to this particular main class and it will extend bird here because every bird of them is a bird, but not every of them is a flying bird. So you need to substitute it to the proper places that you need to do it, my dear friends. Okay. Tomorrow you can create a new class that is ostrich and you can have something as ostrich. Okay. You can have something as ostrich and ostrich, again, it is not a flying bird. So you can have just it as a bird. Okay. And you can tell that, yes, ostrich is not a flying bird, but ostrich is belonging to a bird category, my dear friends. Any doubt till this particular point of time? Okay. I hope I am clear to each and every one of you. Okay. See, what does Liskov substitution principle is telling you that, my dear friends, it is that if you have class A and if you have class B and B is extending class A, so what should happen is everywhere, wherever you are using class A, you should be able to substitute with class B, my dear friends. And it should not break your particular application. Okay, that is what we are trying to discuss here. Now, interface segregation principle. I think we have some time left. Okay, yes. So you can tell that, right? Penguin is a bird, but can penguin fly? There was nothing wrong in this. I have created a bird and I have created penguin here. Okay. Penguin is a bird. That is very good. That's not a problem. It is penguin is a bird. Is a statement is working fine. But bird has a property or a method to fly. Can penguin fly? No. So if I replace bird with penguin or overlap is penguin dot fly, no, it is not going to be doing the same thing. Okay, so we have like 5 to 10 minutes more. So can I take interface segregation principle? I hope you have got what assignment I have given you, right? I have given you an assignment to create a health particular app, and you should be able to extend it. Okay, can we continue? Can we continue? Okay, fine. So let us move ahead with interface segregation principle. So what do you mean by interface segregation principle? Clients should not be forced to depend on interfaces that they do not use. Okay, that they do not use. Okay, so instead of having very big interfaces which has unnecessary methods available, just now you have seen, right? If there is an interface, okay, if there is an interface and some class wants to implement that interface, you have to implement all its method. So that is going to be a big problem for you. Just now we have seen modem class or modem interface you have given. So in modem interface, what all things we had? We had dial, we had hang up, okay, and we had like send, we have receive, example, and you have some other thing also. But somebody just want to create a class and want to communicate only. For communication, they unnecessary need to use dial and hangover also. Let us take a nice little example, understand it. So let me create another package, new package, and what is this package about? Interface segregation principle. Okay, so definitely it is related to interface because name itself is interface. So let me create something as will increase our level one by one. Okay, fine. So because of the limited time we have in the workshop, I'm trying to cover everything and with a very good example that we have. Apart from that, okay, once we are like having our real-time classes and all. So what we do is I'll give you a lot of standard problems also. Once we teach all the basic standards, the questions, we will see from my real-time examples, I will give you a PR. Okay, what I will do is I will give you a PR, whatever I have reviewed recently. And you have to find out the issues in that related PR by applying solid principles. I will choose that kind of PRs. I hope it is clear to you. Okay. First, clear your good fundamentals understanding what these solid principles do, and then we should increase the level. Same thing I'm going to do in my classes also, and same thing I do everywhere. Okay. So, interface principle. So, I'm going to, what all my this interface is going to do? It is going to print document. And in this document, I am going to print some, sorry, and I'm going to print some content. Okay. Now let me just copy paste it. Let's save some time. Let me have some 4 file methods. Okay. What all printer can do? Okay. It can scan also, right? Multi-device printer. You've seen, right? It can scan also. Okay. all are print method, right? That is why they are giving a problem. Suppose it can fax also. It can scan some photos also. Okay. Lot of things. We'll just keep so that we have a better understanding. And then we have something as internet fax. Okay. Fine. Internet fax. Last timing will be at 8 p.m. 30th October, 8 p.m. When everybody of your offices is completed, since I also work, right? So that's why. And Amazon is a little bit hectic. Okay, fine. So I am going to have, this is my, right? This is going to, let me create a new class. Okay. So I am creating multi-function printer. And this particular multi-function printer is going to implement, okay, that is multi-purpose machine. It will give me error and unimplemented methods. That is very good. Okay. So my printer, what it will do? Printer, definitely it is going to print some documents. Okay. Printer, what it is going to do? It is going to print. What it will print? It will print my content, right? Then let us copy paste this. What it will do? It will printer will scan also. Okay. Now, do I need other activities here? Will I be able to do faxing also? Some printer can do. But will my printer scan photos also? I am not sure whether my printer has that particular capability or not. Or is it going to do internet faxing also or not? I don't want to do, or my machine doesn't have that capability to scan photos and do internet faxing. It can do basic faxing. Yes. So I can implement this method also. Okay. But the problem is these two methods are forcefully applied on me, even though I don't want. So it will be like an empty method. What the problem will be, friends? Somebody is going to use my class. Somebody will definitely create an object of my particular class. And when they put a dot, they will see that, hey, this printer can scan photo also. Okay, let me scan it. But inside scan photo, what do I have? I have an empty implementation. And here we are doing a big blunder because any class, any method that we have should not have a null or an empty implementation. So we are going completely wrong, my dear friend. So what should we have been done? We should have created small interfaces. I hope you have got the problem statement. So suppose I am creating an interface that is printer. So what printer can do? Let me go to multi-purpose machine. Printer can print document. So let me have it. Yes. Second, I can have a scanner. Okay. So I can have a scanner. And what scanner can do? Scanner can scan document. Let me have it. What is the problem here? Oh, I created a class. Huh? Sorry, my bad. Okay. So let me create another interface. And this interface name is scanner. And this scanner, I am going to do the scanning, guys. Now, next one, I can have something as interface as fax. Let me go here. Let me do a fax. Fine. Okay. I don't need to implement unnecessary all those things. It is just for our understanding. Now let us go to multi-functional printer. and let me delete all of this. Now my multifunction printer, it wants to do printer. It wants to do printing. Okay, let it implement printing. It has capability to scan also. Scanning. It has capability to fax also. Fax, fine. Implement all of these things. Done, right? Now I don't need to worry about anything. This out. And suppose I will put fax. What you are putting in fax? Content. Done. So I don't have unnecessary interface which I need to implement. So scan, fine. This is what? Print, fine. Done. Suppose I have an old type printer. Okay. Suppose I have an old printer. Let me make it as old printer. Does old printer needs to implement all of those? No. It is only going to do the job of printer. So it will only print things. It will only print things. Did I make some mistake? Okay. And it will only implement print document method. So in print document, that is, I can have multifunction printer and print document. I can just copy paste it. So printer.java, that is old printer. Okay. So that is done. And we are good to go, my dear friends. Now, tomorrow, anybody can come and create something class as old scanner or new scanner, and it only needs to implement what it needs to have. So, how to identify this? Simple thing. Anytime you have fat interfaces available, fat means big interfaces available, that means you are not following interface segregation principle, and the client will unnecessary or the user will unnecessarily need to implement all those methods which is not required by them to use it. So in this case, suppose you have done printer, you have done scanner, you have done fax, you have done internet fax, all of these things, your class, whoever is implementing, forcefully needs to implement it. I hope I am clear to each and every one of you, my dear friends. Okay, fine. Last one. Last one, my dear friends. 5 minutes, have the patience, and we are good to go. This is a big topic, okay? And I'm trying to take all of the topic with example. I'm not just trying to give you with a theory. DI. Dependency inversion. Okay. Oh, yeah. So what is dependency inversion? One of the most complex things to understand in this solid principle is dependency principle. We'll do it a very nice little example to understand. So dependency principle tells you that, my dear friend, high level modules should not depend on low level modules. Okay. High level modules should not depend on low level modules. Both should depend on abstractions. Abstractions means interfaces. Okay. Interfaces. Take a very what is, first of all, let me tell you what is high level module and low level module. I don't know what you understand by this. Module means a basic piece of code. Okay, some lines of code. Okay, basic piece of code, lines of code. Okay, high level logic or high level module means big picture, where you define some business rules. Okay, and low level means where you define the exact technical implementation. High level will contain business logic or main policy. Okay. It will not define, or it will define actually what the system should do. High level module will define what a system should do. How to do, it will not tell. It will be told by low level module. Okay. It will be told as low level module. Now, take a very simple example. In your, in anywhere, in a restaurant or in your company also, does your manager works anything? No. He just tells you, right? What you need to do. What is your task? He just tells that this is what we need to do. You need to do it. Hey, create this particular application, create this particular Excel. He will tell you how to do it. You will do it. So you are a low level module. Your manager is a high level module. In a real time, you can have it a simple example. Suppose high level module can be payment service. In an e-commerce app, you have a payment service application. So payment service will tell you what the process of payment is going to be. It is going to be credit card, it is going to be your internet banking, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. Who will implement this? Your low level module will implement that, like credit card payment. Okay. Actual payment will be done by your low level modules. I hope everybody is clear with this particular topic. Okay. Let us take a very nice little example. So whatever I have told, let us take that only. So I will create as interface. Okay. So let me create an interface as payment method. Okay. Let me create an interface as payment method. Fine. Okay. Let me create this time correct only. Okay. I have created a payment method. In this, I have told that you need to pay. You need to pay this much amount. Fine. Now let us create a class. The class which implements an interface, what it is called? It is called as concrete class. So suppose credit card. Okay. So what is this? This is credit card. So let me have it. Fine. So it implements uh, payment method, add an implemented method, it will pay, and you will tell that says out. So you will take or amount paid via, okay, and I can say, sorry, let me give some space, credit card. Okay, fine. Similarly, I can create a new class. Okay. So in this particular class, I can create something as UPI payment. So UPI payment is going to your implement payment method, and let us implement this payment method, add unimplemented method. Okay. So here I am just going to pay or through, just we need to change it to UPI, pay via UPI. Okay, fine. Now next thing what I can just create a class that is suppose Amazon class. Okay, in this Amazon class, I will just have the reference of payment method I will create because I want to refer it. Okay, now in this particular class, I can create a constructor, and let me have public Amazon, and in this I have prime payment method. Let me have it from here itself, payment method, and let me as payment. Okay, so here I can have this dot. Let me have, I need a printer. Let me have a payment also. So this dot Payment is equal to payment. Okay, fine. And please check out. Please check out with this particular. Okay, please check out. Suppose int amount. And let me have some void. I don't want to print anything. Payment dot pay. Okay, and amount is amount. That is good. Let us have a main class which will implement this. So here what I will have payment method. Suppose I can have payment one is equal to new. Suppose I have UPI payment. Okay. So now I can just pass that particular thing, that is payment method, to my Amazon. New Amazon, and I just need to pass it. Payment one. Fine. And then I can just Amazon one dot checkout. How much amount? Suppose I have 1000. Run it, run as Java application, 1000 paid via UPI. So what I have done here, okay, simple thing. What I have done here, I have done simple way. I have created an interface. I have created a nice little interface. Okay. What interface I have created? Payment method. In this payment method, you just need to pay. What are the different ways of payment? UPI, credit card, and Amazon is going to implement the payment method. It is not going to, it is not going to work on your individual, that is UPI or XYZ or blah 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 and all. So it is not going to be, my Amazon application is not dependent on my low level modules, that is credit card or UPI payment. It is just depending on the interface, that is payment method, my dear friends. That is what the entire gist of this particular DI is. Yes, yes, correct. Now I am done with this particular topic. Thanks for your patience, but this is a very nice topic to understand. If you guys are preparing nowadays, even service-based companies ask you with this particular solid principles. Okay. And there are a lot of examples that are available for me. Last word in the sense. No, no, that is not for you. Somebody has asked that down. So don't worry on that part. Okay. Somebody has just asked this. Again, I will tell you. DSA and system design present depends on the actually it. See, if you come to Amazon, right, they don't care what language you use. They will just ask you to write the logic. Even you write a logic in C, they will do it. Okay. It will never matter what language you use. Language is never a barrier for anything, at least in a product-based companies. It is not like a service-based company who will ask you that, hey, please code, do you know Java, Spring Boot, and microservices? Nobody cares a hell. I was not asked a single question on Spring Boot. Okay? They don't care. They care about your problem solving skill, your system design skill. Are you capable enough to scale your application? Are you capable enough to implement caching? Are you capable enough to implement a faster DB approach by implementing indexing, partitioning, shredding, all those concepts that are important, my dear friends. Okay. Okay. So I hope you guys have got some decent understanding and we have done, I have tried to give you a good concept. I've given you assignment also. Okay. Now I can't do too many things, whatever I could have done. Okay. but completing a solid principle itself is a big task. And suppose anybody comes to the classes and all, you will understand. Okay, we will take based on the solid principles. I will do at least 50 problems apart from this. You know what is the very important thing told about solid principle? It is very difficult to unlearn solid principles or any kind of logic principles, because once it comes to your blood, any program you will see immediately will identify, hey, why you are doing in this way, you should have done in that particular way, you are violating this particular thing, this will implement this or it will impact in your coming future. So it is told a very nice line, very difficult. Once you learn solid principles, very difficult to unlearn it. It will be given in the description link. You all will be able to take it up from there. Okay. For DSA, I will be enrolling you to different competitions also. I will be enrolling you to different hackathon also. If you want to, like, whenever I join or whenever whoever joins the classes and all, because I get some time to talk to you and I get some time to shape you in a way that I want you to. So different competitions, lead code. These are the two pillars that will help you in having your problem solving skill. Once you solve 100, 200 problems, you will be, once you go to interview and you will see the magic in that particular interviews. Just put little bit of heart on it. Yes, every feature somewhere or the other will go through solid principles. I will share you my PRs. That is what I'm telling. My real-time PRs I have kept for examples. Okay. System design. It is a course called as DSA with system design. Okay. It is called course as DSA with system design. Okay. The course name is DSA with system design. 30th October. Duration of the course will be around 3.5 months, my dear friends. Easily. Take some 5-10 days extra also. Suppose some competitions is there, some hackathon is there. I get some more interview questions from somewhere. Okay. So we will be doing that. But we definitely need 3.5 months to complete that. 8, it will be 8 p.m. once your office ends and you are peaceful. 8 p.m. in the evening. You will get it in the link. Okay. And it will come in the Naresh IT page also. You can go ahead and enroll for demo. You have registered with the correct email ID and all. People will reach out to you. They will give you everything. You don't need to worry. In the YouTube description link also, you will get the detail of the particular courses. I'll tell you openly, my dear friends, for this course, if you go to some edtech, okay, you need to pay. You can imagine how much fees you need to pay. That is what I'm telling. You already are aware of. Everybody will be aware of. Okay, fine. Thank you very much, guys. I hope I have spoken to you on your language. Yes, algorithm process is also included. Okay, in that. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice time. Good night. Have a nice weekend. Take some rest, and we'll meet again. Hopefully, video will be available. For this particular, it will be available on YouTube itself. So you don't need to worry on that part. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.